That's right. It's Brittany Fox Girls School, but you know what? It's office hours, and we're here for our 20-minute problem solving show. A little bit late tonight because you know what? We're getting into that whole school groove going on again. Josh Toad, proud principal of Memorial Pathway Academy in Garland ISD, Garland, USA, here to make sure that we break it down with everyone from the Alaska area to Hawaii, from Maine all the way down to Florida and in the 48 middle, getting together and learning from each other. And today we're going to find an issue. We're going to find a topic that we can all understand because we walked those shoes. And we'll get to that topic in a little bit. But you know what? Without further ado, let's introduce all the cast and crew for tonight's office hours. Starting off there with that young man that just came up from running 10 miles, Dean Packard.
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to have you with us tonight. Dean Packard, principal of Charlton Middle School, Charlton, Massachusetts, office hours. I've been away the last couple of weeks trying to do some other things, but I always see that the show still goes on, Principal Tovar. You don't let anybody take a break, and I like that about you. That is your mentality. It's good stuff. Hey, I want to welcome everybody to the table tonight. Let's kick it right over to Central. Hicks, you're up first, my friend. Tell a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hello, my name is Central. I'm an assistant principal at Liberty Hill Middle School in Killeen, Texas. I'm excited to be here. I look forward to tonight and having a great time. I love this show, and I'm glad to be here tonight.
Glad to have you on this side of the screen with us. Dab, you're up next.
Hey everyone, my name is Deberchio Cafor, but I go by Dab. I am the proud assistant principal at the Classical Center at Vial Elementary. Again, I'm the assistant principal. This is my first year as assistant principal at Vial, but before that, I was an assistant principal in Centerville. And so I'm so excited to be able to collaborate with amazing leaders today. We're going to have a great show, and we're going to learn from each other. So super excited.
Great to have you here. Lisa, I know Josh knows you, but I'm going to pull you on stage first. Go ahead, Lisa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Lopez. I'm the principal in Linwood, California. I've known Mr. Josh Tovar for 100 years, and I am going into my 27th year in education this fall.
We're not going to hold it against you that you know Josh Tovar for that long, okay? That's first and foremost. Okay, nobody knows him that long. All right, Josh, kick us off, my friend. Great to have you.
All right, here we go. We got to break this down. And before any true game time, we got to warm up. And this is how we're going to warm up with some tough questions. So get ready, Dab. You're going to go. It's going to go to you real quick. Are you ready?
I'm super ready. Let's go.
Questions. Okay. High level synthesis. Ready?
Yes.
Hand pizza or hand tossed?
Ooh, pan pizza.
Why?
Because you get more. You get more for the same price.
Lisa.
Pan. Get more food for less money.
All right, Dean.
I'm going with pan as well, baby. Load it up, and I'm going to take it home.
Mr. Hicks.
Keeping it with everybody else. Got to go with the pan pizza. Like the crunch. Yes.
And you all finally got the right answer. The answer is pan pizza. That's how we do it. Make sure we get more in this high inflation time. All right. Question number 2. Really thought-provoking out there. Thanksgiving or Christmas? Dean.
Ooh.
Thanksgiving.
That's a good one. Christmas.
Why? Why Christmas?
Just family stuff. They come along, everybody come together. Not that they don't have Thanksgiving, just a magical time. That's all.
Dab.
Same. Christmas all the way. I love the lights. I love the trees. I love just being able to gather with my boys and open presents and just all of it. I just love it.
Central.
Christmas. It's the feel. It's the feeling that you get around Christmas time. It's the blessing of the Savior. It's just an amazing time. And people change during Christmas. Thanksgiving, people are kind of still the same a little. Christmas, the people with the frown faces go, eat. Everybody's smiling. Gotta be Christmas.
How about you, Josh?
So I'm the only one that's different. That's okay. I'm used to that. It's all good. We seem to have tradition in my family. It's more of a family time, not a separation. We're going to go here, we're going to go there. And it's just a breather to the craziness of the beginning of the school year, September, October, November. And you get to November, it's like, you can breathe. And so that's why selected Thanksgiving.
All right. Well, you know what, Lisa? I'm going to agree with you because the answer is Thanksgiving.
Wow.
I'm in debt because of Christmas in February, in March, and I don't get out of debt because of Christmas until April. So the answer is Thanksgiving. All right, here we go, and let's get started today. Problem solving as we address something that we've all gone through in one way or the other. So here it goes. You're a brand new either educator or administrator to a campus. What do you do that is a positive? Dean.
Well, what you do as a positive is you do a lot of listening and you collaborate and connect with people that you know have been successful. And I'll tell you, you take some time. You don't rush into things. You keep your eyes open. You continue to be mysterious and curious and want to do things, but you want to slow down, pump the brakes, get a feel for the culture, get a feel for the people, and then bring your magic to the table.
Central.
Listen. Oh, sorry, Mr. Tovar.
This is no problem at all, Lisa. One of the things that I'll say again, I've been in education for over 20 years, and I think back to my first days, and one of the things that I remember is, as far as your curriculum is concerned, try to stay just one day much, and that's really important to stay that way, because that way you're not going too far and trying to do too much. If they had kids ask you something that you don't know, you say, I'm not sure, but we'll get to that eventually. You just stay one day ahead. And that allows you the leeway to be able to breathe and also to be able to study a little bit more.
Lisa Lopez.
Right on. So listen, observe, and learn. Very importantly, super important to date people, give them encouragement, inspire them on a daily basis. I'm a true believer that people walk around with an invisible sign that says, please pray, and children alike. And it's relationships before mind, relationships before rigor. Because if there aren't strong relationships among everyone, leadership team, teachers, school, community, business partners, parents, scholars with their teachers, when there are not strong relationships in that culture, so there needs to be strong relationships among everyone, and you have to foster those relationships. And to Ben's point, the first leader that went, you can't rush it. It takes it, and make sure that those relationships are strong among everyone on your team.
Yeah.
I agree with everybody. Just creating those powerful relationships and those connections from the start. Even, as a teacher, our students are not going to be able to listen to us unless they know that you actually care. In the same way, our teachers, if they don't know that you care, if they don't know that they can trust you, they're just gonna do it just because you said that, just because you told them to do it, right? But they're not actually going to say, hey, this person truly actually cares about me and she wants the best for me. And so because of that, I trust her to lead me. And so, with me, this is my third year being an AP. One thing that I have really learned is that connections are powerful. And when your teachers know that you care about them, and when they know that you are actually willing to get in the trenches with them, hey, they will move mountains for you. So definitely connections are key from the very beginning.
Josh, what are your thoughts?
You know what? I'd like to add two things to what everyone else said, and I agree. I concur with the thought. Is number one, is making sure that you ask the question, why? But you always tell people, well, why do we do it? And you know what? And I advise everybody, when I keep on asking you why, it's not because I'm questioning anybody or in a negative light. I just want to know the thought process of why we do it, because that goes to the old mentality of we've always done it like this, and no one can explain to you why we do it like that. And it might not be a best practice, especially as kids evolve and cultures evolve on a campus. So you keep on asking, well, why? And I always tell them, I'm going to say why like 5 times with one question, because I need to know the thought process and the genesis of that concept. And the number two thing that I would add to that is don't start with Hiroshima. Don't be destroying stuff the second that you get in there. The second you get in there, everyone, whether they liked it or not, will rally around against your vision. And I've seen too many administrators, assistant principals mainly, that go in and start doing Hiroshima and destroying stuff because they feel that that's right. And all that does is create a new silo against the new administration. So that's my 2 cents, Dean.
Well, let's take that a step further now. We just talked about what to do when you go start your first year. What don't you do, though? Now, let's think about that for a second. Let's think that in reverse order. What are some things that come to mind for you that you just don't do within your first year? And why don't we start off with Lisa?
Tell I really want to speak on that one, right? Because to build on what I said, Hiroshima, you as a leader, whether you're an assistant principal, a principal, different type of role in the leadership team, you do not go in with guns blazing, and you try to change everything that school is about, whether it be a negative culture or somewhat positive culture or somewhere in the middle. You go in with guns blazing. You do that, you destroy the culture that's already there, and I have learned from experience that you go in, you watch, listen, and learn. To your point, when you said at first, to be a leader, to be a strong leader, to be a leader with the hardships that we go through on a daily basis, it is critical, excellent listeners. And we love to talk. You know, I love to talk. Joshua, we have to learn. I've had to learn the hard way that I have to close my mouth, listen, and going with guns blazing. Never.
I love it. I love it. Deb.
Definitely do not get stuck in your office. Something that I do every single day, and I have seen such a great impact, is that every single morning, like before I answer email, before I do anything, I go into every one of my classrooms. And I have really seen such an impact because then I'm able to kind of gauge the culture and what's going on my campus so that I'm being proactive rather than reactive. And so definitely making sure that you are not just stuck in your office. Take time to go around your campus very first thing to see what's going on so that you're able to address things in the moment and not then having to fix things because you didn't know about it.
Great answer. Let's go with who's next? Let's go with Central.
Well, one of the things I think about is don't go in thinking that you know everything. Go in with a humble mindset and a humble heart, going to learn. If you go in thinking I already know, there's nothing no one can teach me, there's nothing the head custodian can teach me, there's nothing the teachers can teach me, there's nothing the cafeteria man can teach me, you're going to lose badly, and you're going to lose quickly. It's very, very important to go in understanding that you're in a new environment, for you to be the learner. And I think that's a part of that as well. You're going in, and don't go in and thinking that you have nothing to learn. In addition, don't you have nothing to learn as an assistant principal walking in the door, because you can learn from everyone in that building. So you don't go believing that everyone there is to learn from, that you are the beginning of it all. And that's just the way that it is. It's very important for your position and your place as well. So don't go in thinking that you know it all. Go in with an open mind, ready and prepared to learn from every and all people. And the last part I'll say with that, don't go in thinking, listening to what the other people have said outside, because it's going to be important for you to make your own judgment on the staff, on the students as well. It's going to be your call. So don't go in thinking you know it all about this school. You may see the demographics, you may see the scorecard, what have you, but don't go and think, oh yeah, I know what needs to be done.
Thank you, Central. Appreciate that. Josh.
You know, I like to say two things on this. Number one, when you get selected to be a leader on a campus, whether it be the classroom level or whether it be in one of our chairs, number one, you don't blame the past because you got hired to move it forward. And there's too many people that sit in our chairs that, in a lack of a better term, strength, blame the past and they don't move forward. And they live off the misery of the past. And that's not a leader. No one looks up to other people looking at the back. They always look at how we're moving ahead as an organization. And number two, when you hire, make sure that you incorporate the current culture. Because if you start bringing in people that are opposite of what is established, then you created a brand new silo. A brand new silo that will be working against you, because then that group of educators are going to say, oh, you're bringing in your own people from this other place. Oh, and that creates a schism within your family. And on the contrary, as a leader, your job is to unite the family. So watch your hiring practices, and most importantly, take ownership, because the second that you get the chair, Alpha, Omega, A to Z, it stops with you, not with a person that's gone.
Thank you, Josh. I absolutely 100% agree. 100%. And you know what I'm thinking, and I just want to add to this. I'm thinking that you don't want to lead with your ego. Okay. Number one, let your ego go. And I know too many, I'll go from administrators when you first start off, it becomes a badge. And all of a sudden you think that badge is all encompassing. No, that badge allows you to be able to steer a ship, is what it allows you to do. So if you allow your ego to do what you're doing, even in the classroom, if it becomes about you in any capacity, you've lost your focus of why you got into this business, because it's about everybody else around you and how you empower them. And if you get to be very good at that, you're going to go from AP to principal, from teacher to AP to principal. You're going to go anywhere you want to go. Those are the most successful people that I know out there. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I want to make sure that I at least get that out there. We got a couple of questions here that came in, and I just want to make sure that we give this a shot. This is from Mel. Mel, somebody who's around all the time. So tomorrow's my first day back with the kids, and we have about 40 minutes with a group, and then that's it. The second class is Bamzo, into the subject. What would you do with your 40 minutes? Think about that for a second, Mel. You're always here. We're going to answer that question for you. Let's go. We're going to start off. Central, you go first. You thinking about that one, Central? If you need time to think about it, we'll call that wait time in education. I can give you a little bit of wait time. Dab, go while Central thinks about it a little bit.
Well, it's the first day back. So just like I talked about with the teachers and creating that culture, definitely I would start with SEL, like figuring out how was your summer? Like how are things going? Kind of figure out who your babies are, who your students are. Sorry, I'm elementary. I call them my babies. So figure out who your babies are, get to know them, create those relationships from the get-go. Because honestly, if you don't create that strong culture in the beginning, you're going to pay for it later. So do it from the get-go so you can build a strong foundation.
Awesome. Great. Lisa.
Yes, most definitely. Regardless if you have 30 minutes or 40 minutes, it is key to get to know those that you are serving and those that are teaching, those that are learning. And it is critical to do some type of activity. How did your summer go? How are you feeling? And it's communication is key. And I like to follow what I call the Excel model. E means explore. So engaging everyone with what's going on, how are they doing, experience of people through that conversation. Then you go to communicate, then them. And then at the end of that 40 minutes, you're going to launch with a message that's going to take away and feel like, you know what, this was an amazing experience. It's 30 minutes, whatnot, and I feel like I really got something out of this. And whenever time, there needs to be some type of discussion, communication activity that's going to pushing something transformational, not just transactional, because transactional is doing something, communicating something, allowing people to see and feel what they're feeling, and do something emotional, even if it's a short period of time, so that they feel valued and appreciated.
Awesome. Great answer. Josh.
We're not in the English business. We're not in the science business. We're not in the history business. We're in the people business. So, Mel, spend time with your kids, connect with them, because if you don't connect with them, they will not content with you. We're in the people business. We're in the kid business. And you know what? Kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's where you establish it. Period 1, hour 1, second 1, and that will take you all the way to graduation day.
Get to know them, establish momentum, get the confidence level up, make them feel comfortable about being in your classroom, and then use that time to propel you for the next day as you begin your journey of learning. Listen, learning doesn't have to be just standards thrown down your throat. It's about learning to think. It's about learning to make decisions. It's about learning to collaborate with somebody around you. It's about the whole process. Don't get caught up in the moment, but establish those relationships quickly. Central, you back on? You still thinking about that question? That's a great picture of Central right there. I think he's frozen right now. Principal Tovar?
Come on.
You gotta love technology.
You gotta
couldn't
love
figure out what that was.
Central. We love you. We care about you. But you know what? This is office hours, and we're over almost 2 minutes. So thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you on this coming Sunday for Unlock the Middle with our guest, John Corpio. So he's going to be here for part 2 of the Great Learning Environment. So join us for Unlock the Middle this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining us for office hours. Please share and pass it on. Thank you very much.
Thursday, Josh Tovar. Thursday.
Thursday? No, we're not Thursday.
We're off Thursday?
We're off.
Oh.
You have the day off.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to have to beat that one down. I guess it's Sunday night then. Hey, Dab, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. Josh, as always. Central, I know you were with us, man. We got caught up in a technical glitch, but we want to say thank you so much for being here with us and trying to make those schools just a little better place by coming together with us. You guys have a great week. If you're in school, continue to enjoy. Take care.
Thank you for the opportunity, guys. Had a great time.
Thank you.
My pleasure.